What's up, guys? Cody here. This is my first podcast. So, I'm going to be making podcasts fairly frequently here. And if you want to see me, I'll also be uploading video to YouTube of me making this podcast. So, how fun is that? You get to see me sitting here talking to nobody. So, if you really want to, you can do that. Don't recommend it, but I'm also going to be on all the podcast platforms, so you can just listen to me there too. So, what is this podcast going to be about? I'm going to talk about things that I cannot talk about with people in real life because they'll think you're crazy. Topics such as spirituality, not religion, but more principles. What is this reality? What is the truth? So I'll be speaking truths on this channel. No conspiracy theories. I'll be speaking truths. Now, how do I know certain truths? I'll get into that later. I'm also going to be talking about cryptocurrency. This is not an investment channel. I'm not going to be talking about trading necessarily. This is not a financial channel. But the reason why I'm going to be talking about cryptocurrency and crypto companies is only because these companies are giving freedom to the individual. So it really ties into the whole spiritual thing. So there's a whole movement going on. Well, I shouldn't say a whole movement going on because that makes you think of something like the 60s and hippies or something like that. In 2012, there was a shift in energy from negative or bad, and in 2012 was the neutral zone, and now ever since 2012, we are shifted into the good side of things. Lucky for us, right? It's kind of like a pendulum. So every 300,000 years or so, it kind of shifts bad to good, bad to good. And 2012 was the center, and now we're in the good. So you might be saying, okay, this guy's crazy. It's obviously not good. There's wars. Turn on the TV. Wars all over the place. It's horrible. People don't have enough money, food stamps, poverty, this, that. I see where you're coming from. I feel what you're saying. But I think you also know. Some of you know, and some of you don't know. So I'll just go ahead and tell you, the stuff you see on TV, the news, all the negativity, it's there on purpose. Now, I'm not saying that nothing bad happens, but that's all they ever talk about. So they want you to believe this is a horrible, negative world, that you should be scared and fearful of everything. But guess what, guys? I'm looking out my window right now. I see a nice, sunny day, green leaves, the birds chirping. I don't see any war. I don't see any chaos. And I just had a nice breakfast a few hours ago. And I'd say that's pretty much the same for almost everybody listening or watching this little show here. So, what I was saying is they do that on purpose. Cryptocurrency will be talked about on this show because cryptocurrency is giving power back to the individual. Now, I'm not going to go into details and technical stuff about cryptocurrency. That's not what this is about. But once again, this is my first episode, and I'm just giving you a little overview of what's to come. I'm going to try to get out of my comfort zone here and talk about things, like I said, that I could never talk about with people on the street or just anybody for the most part, because they'll just think you've lost your mind, because people are in a way so, I hate to use the word brainwashed because it's kind of condescending. I don't want to come across as condescending. I want to actually not just talk bad about the way things are, but I want to show how things can change for you. And since 2012, well, it wasn't that long ago, so since the shift in 2012, it's going to take some time for us as a society, to truly transition into the whole good side of things. It'll happen, and it is happening. So one topic I want to talk about that I'm pretty sure many of you experience every day of your life, and it's the whole idea of when you're in high school and you have to pick what you want to do for the rest of your life, and college is the answer. College, college, college. We all experience that, and that college has become such a big problem because it's been presented to us from the people we trust, our teachers and our family. It's been presented that it is the only solution to happiness in life. Well, everybody as children listen to these people because we don't know any better, we don't know any different, and we trust them, and they mean well because maybe in their day it was the only way. But look at what's happened. Almost everybody, or many, many people, go to college, get their 4-year degree, and unless they're studying something very specific, they don't know what they're doing. They graduate, they can't find a job that they like, they don't make the money that they like. What do most people make? $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year? Let's just say $100,000 a year and under that's what most people make. And then once you get above $100,000, the numbers really drop off dramatically, especially when it's just having a job. Can a job provide that for you? So, if college is the way to happiness, then why are so many people not happy? If college is the path to riches, then why are so many people not rich? These questions are the reality of our society. And I just wonder, why don't people talk about this? Is it because of the power that this culture has on us, the power that these institutions have on us for decades marketing that college is the answer? I don't know. I don't want to come across that education is the problem, because education is the only solution. The problem is that everyone is filing in line, getting their degree, which is great for the education, but then they graduate and they don't have a job that they're looking for. So, cryptocurrencies, the internet, really the internet, because without the internet there wouldn't be crypto. That is the solution, guys. If you want to be financially free, you have to have a business or some. When I say business, it doesn't mean opening up a store or a gas station or just whatever comes to your mind like a typical business. What I'm talking about is an internet business. So there are so many things you can do online nowadays that can give you that paycheck and freedom. Now, I'm not selling any of these things. I'm saying these things because I'm aware of it. You've seen so many ads. So on YouTube, you see ads all the time for how do you drop ship? How do you do this and that, whatever, all these courses. The truth is, a lot of people do make money online, but why don't you know how to do it? Well, I'll tell you why you don't know how to do it. It's because they don't teach that stuff in school, guys. They don't teach that stuff in college. School sets you up to get a job. School sets you up to be average. And I'm not one of those guys just sitting there saying that education is bad and all that, because that's not true. The problem with the institutions is the type of education that they're offering. And it saddens me. It saddens me. It makes me sad to see so many people struggling and in debt, and nobody talks about it. Now, I am one of those people. I haven't made it, but I've spent years of my life knowing that there's something better out there. And I'm still on the path. I'm still on the journey. But I'm getting there, guys. And I'm not that far ahead of you if you are stuck in a day job or you don't know what to do with your life. I'm not that far ahead of you. So I'm still relatable and I can connect with your situation. So I just want to make this first podcast kind of a general overview, but I'll be talking about deep, deep topics: spirituality, crypto, how to make your life better, different ideas. There's so many good things to come that I want to share and get out. I'll get better with these podcasts as I go. I really want to talk about so many things right now, but I just need to get this first one going here, and we'll grow from there. I'm pretty sure that this podcast will end up being pretty big. I do work from home, so I've gotten out of that slave life, because that's what a day job is. It's modern day slavery. Unless you're one of the lucky people who loves their job. But you know what? I talk to people every day, and everyone tells me they love their job. Not everybody, but so many people do. And then you start talking to them a little bit more, and they're like, well, I might look into something else. I'm going to try to be as open and honest as possible. And you don't have to, because I'll be the voice for you. So I'm just going to wrap this podcast up real quick here, because I don't want to go too long. I'm not really talking about anything specific, but just stay tuned. I'm going to be on all the different podcast platforms, and like I said, I'm on YouTube, Wisdom Blocks, and I'll see you guys, and you will hear me in the next podcast, and I cannot wait to talk about some of these cool topics, guys. All right? Stay tuned. I'll see you guys later.